In life, there have been many amazing games that I have played. Miitopia, Gang Beasts, Subnautica, Animal Crossing New Leaf. And while all these games have barely any weaknesses and lots of strengths, there is one game that I have ever played that has somehow had no weaknesses that I could ever even imagine being more than just a minority of a minority of a minority. This game has so much good about it that everything else doesn't matter. It is a perfect game. And this game is Outer Wilds is a space exploration mystery game where you, the player, are a Hearthian, and from your home planet, you go to explore the universe to try to uncover the mysteries of what's surrounding you. Now, while that may sound very stupid and simplified, this game goes way deeper than you think. That is just barely scratching the surface. After a long development cycle, gaining lots of money from the Fig Foundation, and just a long and overall polishing sequence, the game was finally released in May of 2019 by Annapurna Interactive and its original creators, Mobius Digital. This game has brought so many memories for me, and I have only played it ever once, and it's an experience you can only ever enjoy once. It's such an amazingly crafted game, and you can tell that there was love put in every single corner of it. And now, I will give my full review and thoughts. In Outer Wilds, as I said, you are a Hearthian from your home planet of Timber Hearth. You have been chosen to become the next pilot of the Outer Wilds space program, and your mission is to try and uncover the mysteries of the ancient civilization known as the Nomai, who have disappeared over 1,000 years ago. With a few story snippets here and there, you're off. You get into your ship, and you just go. And this is one of the best parts of the game. For your remaining game time, there is nothing telling you where to go or what to do next. It is all up to you. No one's telling you where to go. No one's telling you, hey, you've got to do that before you go to do that. You can do whatever you want to. And it gives such an invigorating sense of just overall satisfaction and making you feel like, wow, I'm actually playing a game. Now, as I've said, you are in space, and there are multiple planets, there are multiple little meteors and suns and everything like that you could possibly think of in space that you can go explore. And every single one of them is unique, has properties that you'll never find anywhere else, and is overall just very well crafted. All of these properties are so unique and interesting that the game is just so hard to put down after you've gone to like 2 planets. You want to see them all. They're just so invigorating. And the best part about it is all the mysteries. Because once you think that you found everything, you might go to another planet, and that planet tells you, hey, you forgot something there, and you go back and you uncover it and you're like, wow, I can't believe I missed this. The overall sense of exploration this game gives is just immaculate, and you'll never find it anywhere else. As an example, one of the first planets or moons you go to is the Attlerock, a moon orbiting the Timber Hearth. See, now you might just think it's just this ordinary moon at first when you go there, no spoilers. But once you uncover more about the Nomai, you'll soon figure out what they were actually trying to do there, and you'll think, wow, I can't believe this. This was so invigorating. I'm so happy that I know this now. And yes, all planets feel like this. There are just so many, and they are a great size. There's nothing wrong with their sizes and proportions to other planets. And every single planet is unique. There's nothing the same about any one except for the Nomai. Everything just leads into this great big clump of just amazing, good game. And this will lead me right into the best part of the game, in fact, the story. So, I've played a lot of games, right, in my time, and a lot of them have had great stories, like Subnautica. Subnautica's story is just absolutely amazing. However, there's something about this story that sets it different from every other game I've played. It's up to you how you uncover the story. Now, what I mean by that is, as I've said, you can go anywhere you want to. There's no boundaries. The only boundary in this game is knowledge. If you don't know where to go, then you can't go there. So you have to find out and figure out what you're trying to do. How does this all tie in with the story? Well, I'll tell you. So, in this game, you discover an ancient race of civilization known as the Nomai, and they have set up great cities and structures and just ruins all around the whole entire universe. And your goal is to try and find out. And I'm sorry, I've been saying universe all this time. I've been meaning to say solar system. However, in this solar system, there's one catch. Every 22 minutes, or whenever you choose to, the universe resets, and you start right back from where you began, and thus begins the actual story of the game. Now, once you uncover a mystery of the Nomai, you can use that to go find out another mystery of the Nomai, which eventually lead you with all these targets, just like your ship log in your ship, all into this one big idea. And that big idea at the end is just, oh my god, it is one of the best endings I've ever seen in a video game. I'm gonna be completely honest. You cry, maybe just a little bit. I will not be spoiling too much about the story. However, it is one of the most invigorating stories I've ever done, just because of the fact that you are in control and you can do whatever you want to. It's not the game telling you what to do. And the controls of this game, they're so good. The main controlling you will be doing in this game is yourself, which I've played on Xbox, so what you do is you hold down a button, I think it's space. You hold down space, A, whatever, and it will launch you upwards, and you can hold it down for a better jump, and you just walk around, and that's just your normal player controls. And then the physics are very good too, like gravity on different planets will be different, and other things like launching yourself and orbiting, they make sense, so it's good if you're like a science major or something. Or if you just know basic science. But also that means that when you die, it won't actually feel like the game was just like, oh my god, that was so stupid. It'll feel like, wow, okay, that was my fault, I can go fix that. Now, one of the best parts about the controls is your ship. So, your ship is this big hulk, and what you do is you go around in space and you orbit things, and you can do whatever you really want with it. You can crash into things, and you can repair the ship once it gets damaged. You can fly around in it, you can put on your suit, you can repair your suit. The ship is very, very well made for any situation. There's cameras, there's landing cameras, there's an autopilot, but you gotta be careful with the autopilot, wink wink. And the ship controls very, very well. There's a little minigame in the beginning of the game that tries to teach you about it, and that's like the only bad part of the game, I'm gonna be completely honest. I hate that minigame, it doesn't even make sense. Overall, it's just the ship controls extremely well, and I'm just happy with it. And the sense of adventure that you get when playing this game. So, in other games, like, I said Subnautica. Subnautica is a basic open world, and you go to explore, and not basic. There's a bunch of different biomes and different creatures, and it's just a good time, and you get to uncover more. But best game, in that game, there's an actual goal to what you're doing. In this game, there is no goal, and it's all up to you, which is why it's so gosh darn good. The game doesn't tell you what to do. If you want to go to that big sand planet, you go to that big sand planet, and if there's nothing for you to do there, then go somewhere else and figure out if you can do something there. And it gives you a sense of power over the galaxy or the solar system. That, hey, if I want to go there, I'm going to go there, and there's nothing you can do to stop me. And as I've said, the only boundary in this game is knowledge. When you go to another planet and the game resets and you start back to where you were, you don't get anything. The only thing you get is a ship log update and knowledge, and you use that knowledge to go somewhere else and you use it there, and then you uncover more knowledge to use, and you go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's a very amazing mystery game. It gives the player so much freedom, and that is the reason why this is one of the best games that I've ever played. And lastly, there is just one more thing that I'd like to talk about, and that is story sharing. Now, none of my friends have played this game yet, although for Christmas some of them will, and one of my favorite parts of this game was telling stories. There are so many this game is so interesting. There's nothing that's just boring about it. And telling stories about what you've uncovered and how cool it was is one of the best things that you could possibly do. It makes you feel good that you've discovered something so you can talk about it. And maybe don't give away spoilers if your friends are going to play it, but it just gives an awesome feeling to what you've done in your game time that you've played. It's a little bit of a reward for all that you've uncovered. Now, I would never give this game a rating, because if I did, it would just be unfair, because I would give it a 100 out of a billion, or a billion out of, you know what? Infinity. Just give it infinity and then be done with the scoring. I don't want to talk about it anymore. This game, it's made me cry, it's made me happy, it's made me scared, very scared. There's a very scary part of the game. Oh my god, it's just everything that I've ever wanted in a game is just there. I've wanted a simple exploration game for so long that's not too simple that's simple in controls but not simple in story, and this is what I got, and I'm just so happy that it exists. If there was ever a sequel to this game, you would bet right now that I would just snatch it up. I would pre-order it as soon as I ever heard of it. And if this game sounded ever interesting to you, the listener watching to this, I beg you, try out the game. It's free on Xbox Game Pass, and you can also just buy it for $25. That's it. For $25 of this game, I would pay $1 million to play it. I would pay to have my memory wiped to play this game again. Yeah, it was just that good. And as I've always said, no matter how good a game is, it will never, ever be as good as Outer Wilds, unless there's an Outer Wilds 2. Okay, thought I could get all of that out. Thank you for watching. I hope you had an amazing, amazing day, and I'll see you soon.